Hi quilters. Today's video is on cleaning your machine and changing the needle. These two things can keep you from having a whole lot of problems with your machine. So I want to encourage you to do them. Clean your machine every day and change your needle after about 8 to 10 hours of non-stop sewing. Changing your needle and keeping your machine clean will help you avoid a bunch of little pesky problems that may crop up if you have a dirty machine or a dull needle. So the machine, the tool that I'm going to use, I've always called this a hump jumper. I don't know what the proper name is for it, but it's used for leveling out a thick piece of fabric under your presser foot. My machine's a Husqvarna and it came with it. So this tool has a needle holder at the end, and I don't know if you can see this properly. It has a flat side at the back that is oriented toward the back of your machine, and it has a rounded side that is oriented toward you. And the purpose of this, let me lower my presser foot, is so that you can just go right in here and slide right up the needle, and this will hold it securely in place. So then you come in with your screwdriver and you release the needle, and it should fall out. If it doesn't fall out, you just jiggle it a little bit and it will. But the purpose of the tool is it keeps you from dropping your needle down into your machine, and that would be a whole problem. So I'll drop that in a sharps container, and then I will add a brand new needle. And what you want to do is you've already got it positioned properly in your tool. You want to slide it up until it doesn't slide any further, and then you want to go in with your screwdriver and just tighten up your needle inside of your needle bar with that screw that tightens your needle. And you just check the operation, should go down, should come up without any problem. Mine does. Once you have your needle in place, you want to come back in and thread your machine. Do this real quick. And then test your stitch. And you can see that your stitch should come out like this. So that just gives you a quick test before you start anything else. So the next part of this has to do with cleaning. So I'm going to put my presser foot back up in the up position, and I'm going to take apart this lower part. So for my machine, I take out this part first, and then I use my screwdriver, and I go right in that corner right there and pop up the needle plate, and I will lay all the pieces beside. There's not that many, this piece. And as you start to get into this, you'll notice that it looks very dirty inside. I'll take out my bobbin, and as you can see, this is quite dirty. It's got a lot of lint on it. Working on a sewing machine is a very linty thing. And then as you look inside the bobbin chase area, you can really see that it's got a lot of lint in it. I'll magnify that a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to get my, got to put the camera down now. I want to get my, I just have an artist brush, and I like it because it's, well, one, it holds together. The brushes that came with my machine just don't keep in it. And you'll start to see you'll get a lot of stuff, a lot of lint out of this. And believe it or not, when your machine gets linty, it doesn't work well. And you'll start having skip stitches, broken thread. It just runs the gamut as to what kind of problems I have. So I'll clean all that out, and I will rotate this around, and what I'm doing is I'm reaching my brush. Let's see if you can see. There is an opening on my machine. Let me turn it back this way. And what I'm doing is I'm reaching my brush back in here and cleaning out this area as far as I can reach back just with my brush. Now, I've been doing this for some time on this machine, and I know that there's nothing in there that I'm going to damage. All I want to do is get as much lint as possible. So I'll rotate this around the whole area and just keep brushing it out. I do have a vacuum attachment that goes with my little handy vacuum, and I will use it occasionally too. But what I'm wanting to do is go all the way around, get everything as clean as possible, and I'm going to want to check my little tracks here and get them. And another place that I can go into is you want to make sure that this is clean and all of the lint comes out of it also. So what you're really aiming for is a really nice clean machine to start, and it will eliminate a lot of the problems. This piece is my needle or my thread cutter, and I will push it out, and then I'll come in here behind it. It's really a grabber for the thread cutter because the little razor piece is back here. But what I'm wanting to do is just make sure that I get everything that I can around that piece. And I'll just tuck it back, and then I'll push this piece. I can't get it with my left hand, sorry. All the way back to where it belongs. And with that, I've gone through and I've cleaned this up. This is a self-lubricating machine, so I don't go in and add any oil to it. So for this machine, at this point, I am through with the maintenance, and I'll go ahead and I will place my pieces back in here. You can tell when they're seated properly because you don't have to force them, they just stay where they need to be. I'll lay in my next piece. This piece just snaps into place here. I push it with my thumbs just in and up a little bit. You don't really have to, you have to firmly push. And then I'll re-thread my bobbin and lay in my cover. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more compulsive quilting and embroidery videos.